I actually start assessing the student's ability in the few moments before I open the camera. I don't open the camera on myself until the exact second that the time is starting for our class, but I will try to get there a moment ahead of time if I can and take a look at what the student is doing, how they're interacting with their family if their camera's on, and just see kind of what their personality is like. And then from the moment that camera opens and we start communicating in any way, then I'm starting to assess the ability of their English speaking and reading.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I am teacher Jennifer. What's your name?
My name is Neil.
Hello, Neil. Nice to meet you. Neil, how old are you?
7.
You say, I'm 7 years old. I'm 7 years old. Good.
7 old.
Can you count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice. How are you today, Neo?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I'm happy. I'm happy to see you. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Great. Let's go. You said, let's go.
Let's go.
Well, Neo was a great kid. He was very enthusiastic, and it was the first time that we met. I started with just introducing myself, asking his name, asking his age. I believe I asked him to count, trying to get him engaged through basic conversation, and that helps me see what level he's at, what he's able to speak with me. That will help give me an idea of how much extension I'm going to be doing throughout the lesson, and if I'm going to need to speed through parts of it to get through things on time, or if I'm going to need to slow him down because he's going to go quickly because he's pretty advanced.
3 little fingers, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little fingers, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little fingers, 10 little fingers on hand.
Great. I love it. That is great singing.
I think I realized that almost immediately. When he started his conversation immediately and he could engage in full sentences that were not just the basic greetings, and then he started singing the song. As soon as I changed the slide, he just burst into song. I thought, okay, he's going to do well. So he's a pretty upper level student compared to what we were working on. He knew the information well. So I knew that I was going to be extending a great deal with more complex sentences. So not just additional vocabulary, but I wanted to teach him new sentence structures. Well, oftentimes the songs have some additional vocabulary that is not part of the unit. So if the student was not as advanced as Neo was, I would go through and break it down either by phrase, or if they're even a lower level student, I would even break it down word by word, where I would underline the word so they could see what I'm referring to, and I would pronounce it slowly and carefully, and then sing it through to try and have them hear the melody, having them repeat back with me. Not every student is quite as enthusiastic and as advanced as Neo.
Dad, on, mom, wet, it, pig, ooh, cub, up.
Ah, yes. These are short vowels. Short. What is short E?
Oh,
What sound? What else sounds like eh, 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 elephant, elephant. Yeah,
Elephant.
elephant, elephant. What's this?
Pig. Pig.
Oh, What else?
It.
Eh.
It.
Do you know?
No. Not
No. No. Eh.
it. A VIP kid.
Oh, VIP kid. Kid, good. Kid or look. Igloo. Igloo. Do you know igloo?
Blue.
Igloo. What's this? Neil, what's this?
No.
Snow. You say, it is snow. It is snow.
Oh.
So what I actually did do a little extension with him on this, where I asked him to slow down a little because he went through that slide so quickly because he was doing so well. But I had him tell me the sounds of the letters, of the short vowel sounds, and then I had him think of additional vocabulary words that had those short vowel sounds in them. So I was introducing additional vocabulary, but also trying to get him to think about them on his own.
Neo, you get fruit. Oh, fruit. Do you eat fruit?
Yes, I eat fruit.
You eat fruit? What fruit do you like?
I like eating oranges.
Oh, I like oranges too. Are they your favorite fruit? What is your favorite fruit? Oranges or
Just orange.
as oranges? Do you eat this? What is this? Watermelon. Do you eat watermelon?
Yes, I eat, but no this day.
Oh, but not today. Okay, that's okay. Do you like this fruit?
Strawberry?
Yes. Do you eat strawberries?
Yes, I eat strawberries.
Great. Let's give you a strawberry. Oh, nice job. Oh, Neil, you got a star. Neil got a star. You got your first star. You sing, I got a star. You sing,
I get a star.
wow.
I've noticed that the older kids
Yes.
are not so
Nice
interested
job.
in the secondary reward system. So I'll introduce something, but what really is important to them and what seems most interesting to them is giving them, the older kids, the opportunity to engage in conversation, to talk about something. So my reward system with them is that they have more time and show them different conversation things and different topics, and that's their reward. Where with the young kids, you're incorporating that secondary reward, making it fun and exciting, and I give them stars of different kinds, and we sing, and so that they're getting more engaged in a way that a younger student would be more interested, where the older students will look at you like they can't even believe that you would do some of those things. So I try to gauge based on age for the reward system more even than I would based on the English level. I think even the really shy students or the older students who try to pretend they're too cool for singing, that they they still do, they crack a smile when I go, oh, you sing, now come on, and let's do it. And I whip out my microphone, and I think that it adds a little bit of humor, it adds a little bit of fun and excitement for the young students, that it's something to also get stuck in their head. I have a lot of times I'll hear my students going, I got a star, I got a star. While they're waiting for the next slide to switch, they're singing what I had just sung to them. So I know that they're going to have that possibly stuck in their head, and they're going to be singing English later in the day.
Ooh.
The hot.
Yes, pizza. What is this? What is this?
Hot pot.
A hot pot. Ooh. Neil, what is hot? Do you know? What is hot?
Hot is maybe
Oh, yes. You show me. Hot. Ah! Hot. It is hot. Oh, hot. Hot. Ow!
oh,
Hot pot. Hot pot. Good. And what is this? What is this?
hot pot.
This?
Pizza.
This is, oh, you say, this is pizza. Not pizza. You say, this is pizza.
This is pizza.
Would you like a piece of pizza?
Yes, I like a piece of pizza.
You say, thank you, Teacher Jennifer.
Thank you, Teacher Jennifer.
You're welcome, Neo.
With the younger students, I do a lot of this. A lot of, I'm looking for you to speak with a student who's more advanced. We'll start with you say, and then do that, and then stop using my ear and ask them, you say, so that I'm using the TPR, I'm getting them engaged. But with the younger students, I don't say the phrase until I've had them long enough to know if they can understand that. It's more of using my body to get them to speak, because I don't want to add more incidental language to them. I will extend, but I don't want to do incidental.
Oh. What do you see? What do you see?
Oh,
Wait. No. I see.
I see birds.
Birds?
I see elephants. I see tigers.
Oh, what's this?
Monkey.
Yes, this is a monkey. You say, this is a monkey. Good. What is this?
This is a tiger.
This is a tiger. This tiger is different than these tigers. What's different? This tiger.
White and
Yes!
tiger yellow and brown.
You got it. Yes. Neo, you get a star. Neo gets a star. You have 2 stars. You say, I have 2 stars.
I have 2 stars.
I think Neil already knew these vocabulary words very well. He already identified all of the animals ahead of time. He knew those. So I tried to use my enthusiasm to make it something exciting and not something that he's like, oh, elephants, monkeys, okay, I've got this. I tried to do things like count them or do a little bit of of the sounds of the animals. Do something like bring the white tiger out to show a difference rather than the same, so that when it's something that the student already knows, make it so that it's not boring. You don't want it to be where it's just going through the material over and over. A lot of the lessons, part of how students learn is through repetition, but repetition doesn't have to be boring. So if we can make it like, oh, look, do you see? And get additional sentences and do different things with that vocabulary while showing the excitement and acting it out, so they learn these new sentence frames, it's going to stick with them more. They're going to remember it better, and it's not going to be just repeating the 4 vocabulary words that are on the screen. I probably actually use TPR in my outside of EIP kid life more now because of teaching. It's hard to stop once you start. When you teach, you're trying to express yourself, and so you start incorporating pointing to things and giving people thumbs up in your real life. So I try to tone it down a bit with the really advanced students, but I still feel like it adds something to still have your body movement, even if the student understands at a pretty high level, because we're sitting across a screen from them and they're just staring at their computer or their tablet. And being more engaged with them, seeing my movement is going to help them feel more connected, rather than good job, excellent reading. Like, they know that, but if I'm still like, oh, what do you think? They're going to feel more like they're in the room with me, because physically we're so separated.
Oh, very nice. I like to listen.
Read a book.
Wait, Neo.
Watch
Neo.
movies.
Neo. Good job. Neo, you say he is reading a book.
He is reading books.
Oh, yes, he is reading a book. One book. He is reading a book.
He is playing soccer.
Yes.
Soccer. They are watching movies.
Yes.
And he is playing basketball.
It is absolutely sometimes very difficult to get the attention of students in class. You may have an upper student who is looking at another window and he's looking at something, and you can tell that he is not paying attention to what you're teaching, and the parents aren't in the room to help redirect. So you may need to, hello, or you may have a 3 or 4-year-old who is literally jumping on the bed in front of the screen during a trial, and you're needing to try to capture their attention. If it is a young student, I will do things like, Baba, look, and then look, and then they'll come over to see what is going on. So I'll try and do something attention's getting for the young students. For the older students, you have to be a little more careful. I do try to get some sort of attention. I will write something. It depends on their level too, if they're just distracted or if they're not understanding, or sometimes they're very tired. The students have had a long day at school, it's late, and now they're doing another lesson, and they're just tired of learning at this point. So really engaging them and trying to make it exciting, using the reward system. If they do anything that resembles paying attention to you, if you get like, oh, great job, high five, then they're like, oh, I did something well, and that helps refocus them. So you do have to adjust based on the age of the student, but you will have to at some point get the attention of a student who's distracted for one reason or another.
Let's see. Mike asks you.
My favorite animal. My favorite animal is a monkey. What
Yes, good.
Mike likes to do with her friends on the weekend. Mike likes to read books on the weekend.
Yes, she likes to read books with her friends on the weekend.
On the weekend, I like to play basketball.
She likes to play basketball with her friends on the weekend.
What did Mac do last weekend?
Last weekend.
We won first place at school.
Yes, first place. They said, you play and we play. Play, play, play. Oh, she won. Her friends won. Yay! First place. In basketball. Say, good job, Meg. Say, good job, Meg.
I could tell that Neo was having a hard time answering one of the questions, and I don't want to give my students the answers. So I give them a moment to think about what they've read with the question, maybe to reread the question and try to think about what they read. And then if I see that he's not looking like the answer is going to come, I go back so he can scan through the text and he could find the answer for himself. I may even, if we're running a little low on time, if a student is moving a little bit more slowly, then I will kind of maybe parenthesize or bracket the area saying, hey, look here, and underline, and then I will have them produce the answer for me if they can. If it's a really low student and they're having trouble with reading comprehension because it's something that's so new to them as they're just moving up through the levels, then I will help them find the information, read that sentence, and then put it in an answer. I'll go back to the question. So going back and forth between slides is not an unusual thing to do, even if it's not reading comprehension. If I ask them a question, I might go back to it. What do you see? To get them to remember what they had done and to help, so it triggers the memory of the words. It really is more about that feeling of a student who doesn't necessarily want to be there in the moment. That's, I think, the hardest part, is when they're exhausted or it's a trial and their parents making them do it and they haven't yet bought into the idea of taking English classes online, and you're trying to win them over. It's sometimes at the end of a class, you may feel really exhausted from trying so hard, but I think that just makes me try harder while I'm doing it. I try to be more engaging and more exciting and see what's going to make them smile and what's going to make them not want to not be there in that moment with me. And it may be exhausting, but then I take that moment in between before the next class and okay, and jump right back in and know that I'm going to make that an exciting class too.